Hi, I'm Lauren, and today I'm going to be talking about installing the iClicker software and how to use the hardware in the classroom. When you first get your iClicker, you're going to receive a few things in the box. You'll have the cable that goes from the actual base for the iClicker to your computer. You have a little jump drive that contains the software for the iClicker information. You have the base itself, which is what will actually collect and record the data. And then you'll receive two of these remotes. These are the remotes that are used by the students, and they are also used by the instructor. For use by the instructor, they can be used to go back and forth in a PowerPoint or other types of presentation software if you use that to do your questions with iClicker. And then right here on the back is the remote ID. And this remote ID will rub off very, very easily. So you might want to put a piece of tape or something over that just to protect it so that it doesn't rub off, so that you can use the remote. And you also receive a set of instructions, and it just walks you through how to install and set everything up on there. The first thing you do when you actually want to install is you'll notice here on the back of the base there are two ports. One says it's for flash memory and the other says to computer. So you just want to take the included cable and plug in to computer, and then the other end is the USB direct port. So you just locate an open USB port on your computer and plug it in there. Once that's plugged in, nothing will automatically happen. You actually have to plug in the iClicker jump drive or the USB drive into the back where it says flash memory, and as soon as you plug it in there, it'll come up on your computer and tell you that the data is ready to play. So you can just select then Open Files to View folder, or if you go down into your Start menu here and then go over to Computer, it's located right here, Kingston E. That's just the name of the drive, and you can select it there as well. But it'll first bring you to this, and it's just a folder where it has either iClicker Mac, iClicker for Windows, User's Guide, and a README. If you're using Mac, of course, you want to choose the Mac. If you're not, you want to use the Windows one. So we're using Windows, so we'll select that. And this is all the software. Basically, you don't have to do any installation because it's all on that flash drive. And what we want to do to set up a class is you select, there are many options here, you want to choose the one that says iClicker. And when we choose that, a box comes up that says to choose your course. Where this is brand new, we have to actually add a course. So we'll select to add a course. You enter in a course name, a course number, and then your section number. So those would just be from Bengal Web or for the actual class. And then select Create, and then you've got your course there. If you choose it, it'll bring you to this next screen where you have the option to start a session, lone clickers, or settings and preferences. Settings and preferences is useful here. You can go in and choose a lot of different things. If you are going to use the remote in class, it'll ask you right here to put in your instructor's remote ID. You'll just want to put that in. There's registration and export. And if you're using Moodle, like we do at ISU, you'll just want to select Moodle. That will be how the data is exported, so you can upload grades and data onto Moodle for students to see. It makes it a lot easier. You've got polling session, which allows you some options for how it will display answers and grids and things like that. And then you have scoring. And you can change these to, if you want to give people different points based on how many questions they answer. If it's about attendance, you can just say they can respond to one of the questions. You can choose how many points each question is worth. So that's just something that you decide depending on what you're taking roll for or what you're doing with the iClicker. And then once you're done, you choose Set for Course, or you can do Set for this session if it's just a one-time session. And then right now, we don't have a Moodle gradebook, and that's just with a list of our students on it, so we do have to get that as well. And to do that, you just go onto your Moodle page and you just export a class list, and then you can upload it into here. You'll actually have to save it into this folder, and then it's saved here in your classes folder. If you open this and you have your courses, you'll have your roster in here. You can see there's a roster data, and this is where it would be found once you actually export it. And then, once you have everything set up that way, you have your course in there, you can go to iGrader. And iGrader is where answers are actually collected and kept. Where there's nothing in here quite yet, where we haven't polled any students or anything, we're not going to find anything in our iGrader. But once it's open, this is what it'll look like. It'll have the student name or ID. It depends on how you'd like to have it displayed. But you just can select from this drop-down either last name or student ID. And then normally it'll have the scores for the day here. And if you go into these set scores, you can see what each individual person has actually answered. You can run graphs and things like that. So that'll allow you to do that there as well. And that's basically how you use the iClicker. It's very simple for students to use. You just put up a question either through the computer or an overhead, and they respond using the buttons. They'll want to look at these buttons here to make sure that they're actually responding rather than at the base. And they'll also want to make sure that their batteries are full power all the time so they don't run out during class. Thank you.